Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. So this is our second video. We're talking about how you can make your own application without any prior knowledge of programming or coding, just by using our tool, our free tool, VbaWriter.ch. In the first video or the last video, we have talked about how we can create this user form with these command buttons, transfer, reset, search, delete, and edit and save. We also created some objects like TextBox and ComboBox and a ListBox. If you did not follow the first video, just to go on VbaWriter.ch and click just on a YouTube button here, link, and just watch this video. In English is the first one, the first video with no coding. You can complete VBA application, Visual Basic for application. We go back to our application. Today what we're going to do to carry on what we were talking about last time. So today we're going to display the values of the database, all of these values in the list box, and display another values in the combo box only by using VbaWriter.ch. So the result is going to be like this when we execute. So you will see the database here. So you see it in your list box like this, and once you click on a line, it will appear on these objects, including the combo box. Right? So you can afterwards you can select any value and you can transfer, you can reset, you can search, you can delete, you can edit, anything like this. So I'm going to show you how we do this, how I did this, and we'll give you some more examples. First of all, someone asked me actually to show how we start from the beginning, accessing to the user form and use the application from the beginning. So I'm going to close everything and start again to show him. Here is my application. So I'm going to double click on this application. Once it opens, I'm going to go on developer and just to go to Visual Basic and click. Here is my application. Here is my user form. So here is my application, and when I execute, there is nothing actually appears in the combo box, and nothing appears in my list box. Let's see first of all how we make things appear, be displayed in my combo box. First of all, just to go there in your database, we know that we are talking about sport. So I want the values of sport to be in a list that appears here once I click on it. So when I execute like this, I want to see all the values of sport in my database. So in my database, I have chosen, so I see the sports that I have actually, see, basketball, football, handball, rugby, and wrestling. So I made just a list like this, and I put it all in column G, right? So in the column G, simply I will just go to VbaWriter.ch here. Since you are working with the user form, you just choose user form here, and then you will be selecting combo box because you are working with combo box like C. And I will choose the first option, which is add items to the combo box from a spreadsheet from the database. So all what I need to do is like the first video, all what I need to do is I just fill in these spaces, and then I will click on get the code, and my code will appear by itself, right? Let's see how we do this. So name of the combo box. So I'll just go in my application. The combo box is here. The name is, when I click on it, I will see the name here. So it's combo box 1. So I'm going to copy, and I'll go to my website and I will paste it. ComboBox 1. The name of database, my database is called is called DataBse. I always prefer to copy and paste. So it's called a database is here. The name of the column of the items basically is here. It is the column that I put all the values that I wanted to be displayed in my combo boxes. So is here is the G. So what I need to do is just I write down G like this, right? And then get the code. And here's my code appears. So I will go copy the code, and it's copied automatically. And then I will go in my user form. I will click anywhere. You see, so underneath the last function I have used, I will just paste the new function. So I will do Control V, and here is my function. So I'm not inventing anything. Okay, so I will save my work, and then I will close this to go back. And then in this time, you know, I want the values that I've just used, these values here, I want them to appear in my combo box once I open my application. So which means actually once I initialize my application. So I will just click anywhere. I will go here user form, yes, not click, but I will go user form, and then I will select initialize. So is here. So I will go call. So to execute the new function, and what is gonna happen is normal. So this is the thing. Okay, so I will just go in here. So this is the last function I've used. So I'm going just to copy the name of the function, which is items from database to combo box. So I will just copy, and I will go there, here, like there, here, and I will do paste. Here, if I save my work and I execute like this, and I will look what happens. So here I see the values that I have selected, right? And is once I open the application, right? So once I open the application, the values are here. So in the beginning there is nothing, but here I can select. All right. So this is number one. So how to display values from your database somewhere in a column in your database in a combo box. Now, what we're going to do, we want my database. I'm not going to all the time like to go and see this spreadsheet and to see the values in it and stuff. No, I want them to be always displayed in here, right? And no programming, no coding is needed. So what I need to do is just, I will use VbaWriter.ch to get all of these codes I need. So we go to VbaWriter.ch, and we are working with UserForm. So we'll stay with UserForm, and then now we are using ListBox. Once the page is opened, we're just gonna go on show data in the ListBox. So this is how you will make the data appears, the data of your database appear in the ListBox. How we do this is the same thing. Just to reply to all of these questions, answer this question. Name of the ListBox. What I need to do is I go here, and my ListBox, I will just click on it, and I will see the name here. So it's called ListBox 1, and I will just copy this and paste it in here. So the number of columns, how many columns that I'm using actually in my database is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm using 5 columns, right? So I will just go in my here and write 5. That's it. Sorry. Yes, 5. The width of the columns, you can use whatever you want. I am using whatever, like 100, and I will separate the values with this, like yeah, basically I will use just 100, 100, 100, whatever, like, you know, anything that you want, and then we can adjust it. Name of the database. We know that the name of the database is called a database. You can call it whatever you want, but once you call it something, try not to leave space in between, right? So you can use one word, 100 words, but always no space. You don't have to call it my database number 2 and leave all of these spaces, but that, because that can affect your coding. So you better make it only one word. So the name of the database is here. I'm pasting it. So it's database. The first column in my database, I will just go here, and the first column in here is A. So I'm typing A like this, and the first line in the database, that depends actually where you're starting from. You want the headers of your spreadsheet, of your table, to appear in your list box. Okay, you can start with number 1, okay, with the line number 1. But if you don't want it, you can start with the line number 2, which I'm doing actually for now. So I'm starting with line number 2, and this is what I'm going to, the first line is line number 2 for me. And once I did this, I fill in everything. I will just click on get the code. My code will appear here, and I will go copy code, and I will do the same thing. So I will just go click anywhere underneath the last function, which is this one. I will just paste the function I'm just using now, and then to be able to execute it, I will just go and copy the name, and I'm going to save my work. And you know, we want all the values to appear in my list box once I initialize. So once I open the application, so I will do the same thing. I will put it underneath my combo box, and the values will appear in my list box. So I will call this, see, 2. Now, once I open my application, what happens? Items from database to combo box, and you will show data in list box. So that's it. I will save my work, and then I will see what happens when I execute. See, what you see now is all the values are here, like from my database, which is here, from my database in my list box in the same order. For now, what I need to do, once I click on a line here in my list box, I want it to appear, match. I want the name to be in here, in the space of the name, and I want the age to be here, and I want the sex to be here, and I want the city to be here, and I want the sport to be chosen from here, right? From this automatically. How can I do this? So we close our application. We close this interface to go back. So we are staying with UserForm and the ListBox where we are now. Extract data from ListBox to TextBox is this one. So the name of the ListBox we know is ListBox 1, right? Okay, I don't want to go too fast, but it's here, and I will click on it, and here you see the name. So ListBox 1. So I'm not inventing anything. Then I am in the order. I am going to write down all the text boxes and the cases I'm using. Okay, so in here, so you have this one, text box 1. The name is here. The age is text box 2, and then text box 3, and then text box 4, and then combo box 1, right? So this is all what I'm gonna do. So text box 1 and text box 4 and combo box 1. Okay, so this is what I'm using: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, 5 objects, 5 columns. So what I need to do is get the code, and my code appears now. So my code is here. So what I need to do is I copy the code, and the code is automatically copied. I go to my application, and then I will click anywhere as usual. So underneath the last function, I'm just going to paste the new function. So is this one. So extract data in the list box. So what I'm going to do as usual, so I'm going to copy the name of the function. I'm going to save my work, and I'm going to go back, close it to go back. So what I need to do is, once I click on the list box, I want the values to appear here that I've clicked on. So I will double click on the list box. So once list box 1 click, I will say call and then extract the data in list box. So the function that I've just inserted. See this, once I click here, it appears. See, as you see that I've succeeded now to import the values that I want from the database to my ComboBox. Second of all, what I did is I displayed all the values, everything in my database directly in my list box, right? Third thing I did, once I clicked, I extracted data actually from my list box to my text boxes, right? And my combo box, and now is selected automatically. Like I go here, see, football, now is wrestling, now is basketball, because it responds to what you have here. Come on, now let's see how we can use all of these buttons and with the list box and all of these values I'm using. So for example, let's execute and see. For example, I'm going to search. So I'm going to search for Tina, for example, Tina Kathy, like this. So I'm going to search, see what happens. Like it searches, and if I reset, it resets everything. You remember when I told you when it resets, it did not reset the combo box? Now is, you see why, because actually the combo box was not set with values. So now let's see how we can transfer, for example. So now, for example, I'm going to add this one too. So we transfer, wait a second. So we see that everything works well. Now when I transfer, it came here, and in the same time it was initialized in here as we did last time. And I want you to see something, because now the last line is number 28 is Tina Kathy, but here is not, is the one before, right? Is Samuel Davis, which is the one before. But if I close this and I restart again, I will re-execute it. Let's see what happens. Yes, is here. Why is this? Why doesn't it appear straight away once I execute it? So let's try to edit and save. I'm taking the last line here with this one, and I will try to edit it. For example, Cairo, I will make it like, for example, London. Then we can see in here. So here, see, is Cairo, and like let's save and edit. Here it becomes London, but not in my list box. So now let's just try to delete. So I'm just choosing this line, which is here in the database. So in the database, you see this is the last line. So I'm trying to delete. Let's see what is gonna happen. Just watch here in the list box, and in the same time watch in the database. I'm applying it. So you see in the list box is still here, but in the database it has disappeared. So it was deleted correctly. So what happens if I close it and I execute again? Look, we go to the last line, is not here anymore. See? So what happens? So this is actually what happened when I closed and reopened my application. It was like I was refreshing my database, and in the meanwhile I was refreshing the list box and everything. Am I supposed to close and open my application for many times just in order to refresh it? No, there is a solution. So the solution is, let's just close this and go back. So the only thing I'm going to do is each time I transfer or I reset or I search or I delete or I edit or anything, I'm just going to display my list box. Let's see how we do this. So I'm clicking like anywhere on my list box. So I'm taking this like once initialized. So I'm taking show data in list box. Okay, it's not only when I initialize, so I'm copying this when with every single button. So here when you edit, say yes, when you once you edit, okay, show data in list box. In the same thing when you delete, so I will call show data in list box too. And for research, why not? I will show the data. And here when I reset, in the same, I will show the data. And here is when you transfer, so it's going to reset all and show the data too. Okay, now let's just save my work and execute and see what happens. So I'm going to the last line, so I'm choosing the last line, then you can see it, and I'm going to test everything. So anyways, I'm going to add this. So I clicked on it and everything is fine. So I'm going to transfer it. Look at here. And in the same time, we will go in the back in the last line. So see Samuel Davis here. So now we are going to transfer this. So go transfer. So this is what happened. It has been transferred. I transferred Samuel Davis. So anyways, we'll try one more time with this, with Sadio Mani. So now it has transferred it. So I see it here, and let's go on the back and see what happened. See, I didn't close anything or open anything, so it corresponds perfectly. So let's, for example, choose this one, the one before the last one. And let's delete it. Look, see, it deleted here in the database, and in the same time, let's see, it deleted it here too. So let's delete the last one, Sadio Mani. So here, so let's delete it. Now I see. So I deleted it. See. So it does not exist here anymore, and it showed me like the result straight away. And in here too, in the database, is the same thing. So let's reset. So I'm going to reset, and everything goes like clean. Let's search for my name and search. So it found me. Okay, so I'm going to I want to show you which is number 12 is here. So I'm going to choose it. For example, age is not 32. I'm going to make it, for example, 15, for example, and I'm going to save and edit. Here you see, like it's 32, but here I just edited it. And in the same time, say, for example, is not from Geneva. Here is what the one I'm in. It's not Geneva. I will make it, for example, from New York. Let's write it New York City like this, then we can notice it. Come on, let's now edit and see what happens. So I edited it. In here you see that 15 and New York City, and when I look for it here, it is the same thing. It became 15, like look. straight away 15 New York City. Okay, so it's very easy and simple. That was the second time actually I made the same video, because the first time I recorded it, and before doing editing, what happened is I lost everything on my computer bugged. So I'm happy to have done it one more time. That was it for today. In the next video we will be talking about printing and see what happened. We will continue to feed our application with new features until it becomes wonderful. So you can just subscribe to our YouTube channel. So you go to our website. Here is our website. You just go in a home page, or just here you just YouTube and the Facebook, and just follow us. Thank you. If you need any help, you have any question, do not hesitate. You can click here. I will reply. I will reply to every feedback, and we thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed it, and we see you next time. Bye bye.